Hey, what's up, everyone? Thank you for coming back and hanging out at the Bearded Film Guy channel. So today, I kind of wanted to do this interesting idea I had. I've been watching a ton of creators do the kind of like September watch list, autumnal watch list, fall watch list, creating just great lists of movies that are iconically fall, maybe light Halloween stuff that we don't want to watch too early, but things that kind of get us in that spirit, right? And I kind of thought of some recommendations I hadn't seen other people recommending, but I didn't want to do just like a full-blown autumn watch list because I think this is the hard time, right? There's so much stuff that I know I want to watch in October or that I annually will watch in October, but I don't want to watch that stuff now. I'm going to wait. I mean, most of the time I'll watch it twice, but whatever. So I wanted to create for the month of September and possibly every month something called 5 for 5. So I'm going to recommend to you, the audience, 5 titles that I have in my collection that are going to fit some sort of theme. So for September, this is the start of autumn. I think these movies fit the September vibe, so to speak. And then I'm going to pick 5 movies from the collection that I haven't seen yet. And I'm going to show them to you guys, and I'm going to watch them and then make a video in October about those 5 titles that I watched. So we're going to start with the 5 autumn recommendations. These are, when I was kind of combing through the collection, I was trying to think of stuff that made me want to, like, get on the couch, turn my Halloween lights on, put on a blanket, have a bag of pretzels next to me, my fake fireplace on, and really just kind of capture that like cozy mood. And I think I have a ton of movies that really fit that mood. And so it was kind of tough picking 5, but then I was kind of like, what are 5 movies that I would want to watch when I'm thinking about fall kickoff? So I'm just going to launch right into that. First up, Donnie Darko. I think when it comes to I watched a back to school video, and this was a part of it, and I definitely think this is a great September movie because for back to school, obviously. But I think the Donnie Darko has this weird legacy, right, where everyone knows it. Everyone who knows this movie knows it's super confusing. It's all over the place. So there is no clear answer to any of the plot points of Donnie Darko, and there are whole documentaries. I mean, just even on this about the theories behind. Richard Kelly really just went all out for this one, and you can say he even went weirder for Southland Tales, but we're gonna talk about that a different day. But to me, Donnie Darko has always been not a October movie, even though there is a Halloween party in this. To me, it's always been more of a September chilly air. Just that September leaves are falling kind of style to it. And I think it kind of fits the bill perfectly, right? When I'm thinking of September, back to school, all that nice stuff. I think Donnie Darko just really nicely fits that bill. And I can't wait to throw this on for a rewatch. If you haven't seen Donnie Darko, which I think this movie transcends it's gotten to that point where like people know of the character Frank. They might not know his name, but they recognize him. And people kind of know the legacy of this movie without ever really seeing it. So I think if you haven't seen Donnie Darko, I think you need to give it a watch. And I don't think you're going to find a more perfect time to do it than in September. So Donnie Darko is going to be that first pick. Next up, another one that I haven't seen on many lists, which I was kind of shocked by, because there are shots in this movie that are just leaves blowing. I mean, it's I think autumn to the max without trying to be autumn. I actually think this is more of like probably November, but whatever. We're just picking straws. The House of the Devil. This is the Ty West movie. Not only I think this has captured the gothic 70s vibe, obviously shot on, I think this was shot on 16 millimeter, if I remember correctly. It just has that really good creepy vibe. I don't think it's scary enough that it fits into an October like horror watch list. I mean, I do think it goes fine in October, but I think September is more of a perfect time to kind of throw this on. I think it's a great introductory point. Again, I think blankets, fireplace, cozy. When I think House of the Devil, that's exactly the situation that I see myself watching it in. So Ty West House of the Devil is my second recommendation. So this is a mod disc. So this is not an official Blu-ray release, but I think to kind of gear up for haunted house season, I don't know if there's really much better than House LLC. I mean, found footage to me always gives that, just most of the time, like creepy time vibes, spooky season, you know. That's what I always think about when I think of found footage. But Erica showed me Hell House a couple of years ago, and if you don't know, this is a movie about a group of people who buy this old hotel, and they're making a I think it's a hotel, right? Yeah, they buy this old hotel, converting it into a haunted house, and then obviously there's some real shit happening at this house. Super super creepy, like very very unnerving. It's got that kind of it's got that very what's the word I'm looking for, like just the atmosphere of the movie is enough to kind of make you uneasy and make you kind of squirm in your seat a little bit. And it's rare that I get scared at much anymore, but House LLC definitely fit the bill for me. So I think if there's any haunted house movie that you're going to pick up, like a haunted house attraction movie that you're going to use to kind of kick off your autumn season, Hell House. It is streaming on Shudder and Amazon, so I think that's a great one there. Can't talk about autumn without talking about a monster movie. I'm going to go with The Cursed. This is one that I don't see too many people talking about. This was directed by Sean Ellis, and this came out in 2022. I actually remember, I never even heard of this. I picked this up at Best Buy when it came out. It was like $11 on the day it came out. $11 or $12 on the day that it came out. Took it home, watched it with Erica and her parents, and yeah, very very effective creature feature. This is it's got pretty much all of the vibes that you're looking for. It's a remote village. You have obviously you have the hunter character who shows up. You have a werewolf. The one thing I will say is that it does not hold back on the werewolf violence. This is a brutal movie. This is not Universal Monsters style of storytelling. This movie is absolutely brutal. Like, very, very, does not hold back at all. But I think Candlelight, I think Misty Fields, I think Remote Villages, like all of that to me feels like autumn. So I'm definitely going to recommend you check out The Curse. I don't think it's the best werewolf movie you're ever going to see, but a really, really, really good kind of underseen cut into the genre there. And then last but not least, probably the biggest surprise hit of last year, that's kind of become a yearly rotation for me. And I'm talking about Cobweb. This movie is absolutely, I have to say, when I was thinking about getting ready for autumn this year, and I was kind of like pulling out some old flannels, and I was kind of looking to buy some new flannels, as I do pretty much every year. I was thinking about this movie, and I was thinking, like, man, Anthony Starr, Homelander, in a flannel is what I'm trying to achieve here. Like, not to say that I have that physique or I have that amount of looks, but he's a good-looking guy. He pulls off a flannel very well. I also don't have a backyard full of pumpkins. So, but all of that is in Cobweb. Anthony Starr in a flannel and a backyard full of pumpkins. This is one of those movies, again, much like Barbarian, much like Malignant, where there is this extreme twist in the third act. I think it works very, very well. It leads to an incredibly creepy final half hour. I think Cobweb is incredibly underrated. Those in the community who did see this movie and have been talking about it for the last year, you guys get it. Let's keep spreading the word. Cobweb rules. So, and this was actually directed by what's his name? Yeah, Samuel Bowden, who I've chatted with a couple times on social media. So, good guy, great movie. So those are my fall recommendations for you to watch. Make sure you watch Cobwebs, definitely. If you're going to watch any of them, I'm going to say at least Cobweb and The Cursed. But I think these are all pretty solid recommendations for you. And now I kind of peruse through the collection, and I picked some stuff that... There's some stuff new, most of it's old, that I have in the collection that I haven't watched that I'm going to watch this month. So I'm not going to have a bunch to say about these movies because I haven't seen them. Believe it or not. I'm not afraid. I'm not the same person who's like, oh, that's a big name. Oh, yeah, I saw that. And then not talk. No. Like, if I haven't seen anything, I'm going to talk about how I haven't seen it. And the first one on that list, mostly because I think this gives off really cool winter vibes, is I saw The Devil. And I've never seen this. I've heard all about it, right? I know the legacy behind the brutality of this movie. That's why I had bought it. And I just never saw it. I actually saw the beginning. What did I see? I think the first 10 minutes way back when it first came out. When did this come out? 2010. And I'm really behind on this. So I figured it was about time that I Saw the Devil. So let me know down below if you're a fan of this. I have no doubts that I'm just going to freaking love this movie. So I Saw the Devil is the first on my personal watch list. Another one on my watch list that I haven't seen, I actually bought this in a 3-pack that was signed by the director, Stephen Mena. This is Malevolence, and this is actually signed by the director because of that 3-pack. Malevolence 3, I saw the poster for when that was coming out. I'd never seen 1 or 2. I'd never even heard of it. It's at that time where I see a sequel poster and I'm like, wait, there's already 2 of those? That's kind of what I did. But I saw Alexandra, oh my god, what is her name? Her name is, Alexandra Daddario in it. And I was like, man, she's in that? Like, okay, this must be pretty good. And then I just kind of forgot about that franchise until I got a Facebook ad about this trilogy being on sale. So I got all 3 of these signed. But yeah, I don't know much about this one. This looks like, there's a kidnapping, there's a madman. To me, this sounds good. So it's a new high definition 35mm transfer approved by the director and cinematographer. Cool. Yeah, I don't know much about this. I do own all 3. So this might lead into a trilogy watch. But if you've seen Malevolence, I think that's how you say it. Malevolence. Rob a bank, split the loot, but he wasn't part of the plan. Super cool. There's a review on here that says Malevolence will give viewers palpitations. Well, guess what, New York Times? I already have those because I probably am going to drink 3 Ghost Energy drinks a day trying to watch all these movies. Just kidding. Malevolence. So that's on my watch list. A brand new one here, and I actually am planning on doing a video on this. I recently picked up Lucky McKee's The Woman on 4K from Arrow Video. I have never seen The Woman, but I've seen Offspring, which is, I think, it's the predecessor, but I don't know if this is a sequel to that or not. I'm not 100% sure, but I walked into my local Barnes & Noble, and this was there for half off. This is an incredible release, and I'm shocked that I haven't seen more people talking about this, because not only are you getting, obviously, a full 4K of The Woman, but Offspring as well. So this is a 2-movie pack. Offspring has also been restored in 4K, but that's on a Blu-ray disc. Oh, wait, no, it's not. Let's see, 4K. No, never mind. It's in 4K. Okay, so you're getting 2 4K. I thought it was a 4K restoration on a Blu-ray disc, but no, you're getting 2 4Ks in this release, as well as there's a 75-minute fly on the wall documentary on here. There is music videos, on-stage chats, and that's just covering The Woman. When it comes to Offspring, you have a commentary, there's an archive commentary, another commentary, there's another behind-the-scenes documentary, extensive interviews with Jack Ketchum, just all kinds of stuff on this release. So, man, I didn't even know that there were 2 4Ks in here, but Not bad. So I'm definitely going to be watching this, and we'll be chatting about this one because I'm a big fan of Offspring. Just haven't seen it in a long, long time. Lux Aeterna. I think that's how you say this. I picked this up a couple of years ago at Monster Mania at the Vinegar Syndrome booth because this was put out by, I think this was Yellow Veil. This is a Gaspar Noé film. No, I think is how you pronounce his last name, N-O-E. Forgive me if not. At the time that I bought this, I was kind of going through my Gaspar Noé phase. I had just watched I Stand Alone, Climax, Irreversible. I had watched Love. Trying to think if there was a couple other, Enter the Void. So I was kind of going through this phase of Gaspar Noé, and I had picked this up. This actually stars Charlotte Gainsbourg from Lars von Trier's Nymphomaniac films. And this packaging, this presentation of it's pretty incredible. I don't know why I haven't watched this sooner because this is only, if I remember correctly, 51 minutes in length. But this is like, it's about preparing for a shore, about a witch burning and all that. Like, I don't know. It just looks like it's a complete attack on the senses, and anything in the Gaspar Noé kind of era I'm into. So I figured for 51 minutes, a witch, this might fit kind of some September vibes. So we'll see. But I'm going to watch Lux Aeterna. And then last up on my watch list, this is actually brand new. I just got this from the Severin sale. This is one of the ones that I picked up. Just kind of check. It's an older release from them. But this is Blood Hunt. And this one, I remember, I think at Monster Mania, I had seen this one at the table. I was back and forth because I think they were asking, I don't know, like $15 for it or something. And then during the sale online, it was like $7.99. I mean, the colors, first of all, and this cover are pretty much what sold me. Like, look how cool that cover is there. So, but this here, we pull this out. Here is, this cover is even awesome, too. That cover there. That rules hard, too. But, it looks like, let's see. We have a troubled city doctor, relocates to a remote village. She'll discover a tragedy in the town's past. Oh, hunting teen addicts as human prey. Interesting. So, Hunger Games kind of vibe here. This is the American disc premiere. So, super cool. When it comes to a lot of like my Severin stuff, a lot of the stuff that I bought, 105 minutes. Wow, I feel like that's pretty long for this era, but a lot of like the Severin stuff that I buy during the sales, when I buy a lot of titles, I tend to just kind of pick up a lot and then I put it on the shelf and then I just kind of go in order. So like I had watched An Angel for Satan the other night. I'd never seen it. That was first on the shelf. This is second. So definitely going to give this a watch this month. Let's see what it says. Like a hyperbolic version of The Most Dangerous Game. And somebody else quoted Sam Peckinpah, which makes me very excited. But Blood Hunt, this is going to be on my watch list for this month. So my watch list, 5 titles that we're going to be chatting about next month. If you've seen any of these 5 I just went over, let me know down below. And then, of course, don't forget your watch list right here. So, yeah, September is rocking and rolling. I can't believe at the time I'm recording this, it's already September 11th. I don't know where time is going. All I know is we are coming up to a month away from Halloween Horror Nights, my wife and I's honeymoon. So very, very, very excited about that. But yeah, guys, anyway, let me know down below what your watch list is. If you think any of these things I picked are good, because we're going to be chatting about them again. Don't worry. I have a good stack lined up for an October watch list to recommend you guys. So I have a lot of good movie stuff coming up that I'm very, very excited to be chatting about. Do me a favor, hit that subscribe button down below. It just kind of helps out. Leave a comment. It helps out the algorithm. Follow me on Instagram. That is Bearded Film Guy. I'm always over there posting stuff. Yeah, and thanks for hanging out. Enjoy your September. Stay spooky. I'm going to catch y'all later.